You know, I had several messages online asking me what about this car made me love it. What was it? What features were our favorites, made us look forward to getting in the car every morning and taking it for a drive. So I thought I'd do a quick video. When we started looking for cars, my wife simply asked me for her dream car. I, on the other hand, wanting something that was more of a performance car that I would enjoy driving. Somehow, we ended up with the same car. You know, the first thing I've already shown you, but this just never gets old. Just never gets old. My wife's not the traditional car person. She doesn't really care about lap time. She doesn't really care about horsepower. What she really cares about is how the car made her feel. And I can tell you that this car made her feel like Mercedes made it specifically for her. Notice these seats. They're multi-contour seats, so they're endlessly adjustable, including when you're in sport mode. The seats hugging you. The seats are also heated and cooled, which become very important when you're looking at a cool Indiana evening or when you're looking at a hot Florida afternoon. And also, these seats are designed to actually blow warm air on the back of your neck. We'll talk about that later, but honestly, before we take a trip, she'd get in, she'd dial up her seat setting, she'd flip on the cooling seats, get her music started, and we'd be ready to go. So when we were looking at this car, I've got to be honest with you, what I really wanted was an AMG. However, Mercedes did not make this in an AMG, and my wife really liked it after we drove it. So what I didn't realize until I actually drove it is that Mercedes hid a performance car inside this Grand Tourer shell. And what I think is important to point out is this button right here, the sport button. You hit the sport button and the accelerator pedal becomes much more sensitive. It reacts instantly. The car starts out in first gear instead of second, which creates some additional performance from the start. The transmission immediately turns into a more sportier shifting performance, so runs closer to red line, and the suspension firms up, including your seats, which will hold on to you as you're running it through the turns. The other point is right here, this car does come equipped with manual paddles. So while you're running through the gears, you have complete control over the performance. And I can tell you, my wife used to ask me, are you enjoying driving the car? And I would tell her, yes, but for a completely different reason than why she was enjoying it. And this is what really drives the dual nature of the performance of this car. 4.6 liter V8 motor, and it's not about the numbers, 400 horsepower, 402 to be exact. What it really is, the way it delivers power. It's smooth, it's effortless, and it just pulls and pulls and pulls. If you like torque, this car's for you. Additionally, while I have you here, I'll show you something that I find helpful, is the way that the hood lifts vertically to allow you to work easily on this engine. If you're someone who likes to do some simple things yourself, this makes it very easy. You know, most convertibles are designed that when the weather's nice, you put the top down, enjoy the sunny weather, and when it gets a bit chilly out, you don't want your hair messed up, then you put the top up. Mercedes engineered this car completely differently and had a different set of design parameters. So I want you to watch right up here. This is the air cap system. When this comes up, it redirects airflow over the top of the car, and if you look in the back where the headrests are, you'll see that is also lit or risen, and it prevents the air from tumbling back in from the back to disturb the serenity of your cabin. That's a game changer, absolutely one of my wife's favorite features. Here's a better look at the air cap system. You can see how it's risen and drives that air over. You can see the mesh in the front, and that handles the front. If you look here in the back, you can see this screen that rises, and also notice that the headrests have risen. The reason for that is that's also a safety feature, so it doubles as a rollover protection. Finally, one of the things Mercedes did in managing the airflow and turning this into a 3 or 4 season convertible is they came up with a system called the air scarf. And this is the air scarf. You'll see it on both this seat as well as the driver's seat. And what it is, it's activated by a push button with 3 speeds, warm, warmer, warmest. And it actually will blow warm air on the back of your neck and across your shoulders. And when you have the air cap system deployed as well as the windows, what you end up with is a reservoir of warm air that keeps the inside of the cabin pretty quiet and very warm, and turns this into a car that you can easily drive on a September evening in Indianapolis or a winter evening in Sarasota, Florida. I've done both. So there it is. What did we love about this car? The dual nature of my wife's comfortable touring car, the performance of the V8 motor with the sport button for me, the ability to drive it year round. It really has been a complete car for us. So, had it for 14 years, 20,000 miles. I'm gonna miss it.